In the stillness of the night, when the world grows quiet and the mind begins to slow, there is a simple practice you may try, not as magic, not as guarantee, but as a reflection of intention. Before you sleep tonight, place 3 coins under your pillow. Not because metal alone creates wealth, but because symbols shape the mind and the mind shapes the path. As you place them there, pause for a moment. Feel the weight of those coins in your hand. Notice how even small things carry value. Understand that abundance is not always loud or distant. It often begins in silence, in awareness, in gratitude. Now lie down, close your eyes, and breathe slowly. With each breath, release the thought of lack. With each exhale, let go of fear that there is never enough. With each heartbeat, remind yourself, I am open to receiving, I am ready to recognize opportunity, I am willing to grow. The 3 coins are not a spell. They are a mirror. 1 coin represents awareness, seeing the money you already have instead of only what you lack. The second represents discipline, how you manage, protect, and respect even small amounts. The third represents action, the courage to take steps toward new opportunities when they appear. While you sleep, let your mind soften. Let it stop chasing and start aligning. Because often what we call fast cash does not come from luck, it comes from readiness meeting opportunity. And when morning arrives, do not search for miracles under your pillow. Search for clarity in your mind. Because the real shift is not in the coins. It is in the person who wakes up with a calmer mind, a sharper focus, and a stronger belief that small steps repeated daily create real change. Tonight you place 3 coins under your pillow. Tomorrow you rise with a different way of seeing your world. Symbolic practice, not magic. Placing 3 coins under the pillow is a symbolic act meant to shape mindset, not a guaranteed way to gain money. Before you go to sleep tonight, there is a simple practice you can try, not as a promise of magic, but as a quiet reminder of how the mind shapes the way we experience life. Take 3 small coins in your hand. Sit for a moment in silence. Feel their weight, notice their presence, and understand that even the smallest objects carry meaning when you attach awareness to them. Then gently place those 3 coins under your pillow before you lie down. As you do this, do not think of it as a ritual that will instantly bring money into your life. Instead, see it as a way of training your inner world, because what you hold in your mind at night often becomes the direction of your thoughts in the morning. And thoughts repeated over time shape decisions. Decisions shape habits. Habits shape outcomes. When you place the coins under your pillow, pause for a moment and reflect on what they represent. 1 coin can remind you of awareness. Awareness of how money flows in your life, how it enters and leaves, and how often it goes unnoticed in small daily expenses. Many people think wealth is only about large amounts, but true understanding begins with noticing the small amounts, the forgotten coins, the unnoticed value that already exists around you. The second coin can represent discipline. Discipline is not about restriction or suffering, but about respect. Respect for what you already have and respect for how you use it. When a person becomes disciplined with even a small amount, they slowly build the foundation for handling larger opportunities. Without discipline, even large wealth disappears quickly. With discipline, even small income grows steadily over time. The third coin can represent action, because awareness without action remains a thought, and discipline without action remains a habit without direction. Action is what transforms intention into reality. It is the courage to make decisions, to try again after failure, and to move forward even when results are not immediate. Many people understand what they need to do, but few actually take consistent steps toward it. Now, as you lie down and close your eyes, let your breathing slow down. Let your mind release the noise of the day. Do not focus on worries about lack or comparison with others. Instead, bring your attention to the present moment. Feel your body resting, feel your breath moving gently in and out, and allow your thoughts to settle like dust in still water. In this state of calm, remind yourself silently that you are open to learning, open to growth, and open to noticing opportunities that may already be around you. Sometimes what people call luck is simply awareness meeting preparation at the right time. The mind that is calm and focused often sees possibilities that a restless mind overlooks. As you drift into sleep, do not wait for miracles to happen outside of you. Understand that the real shift begins within. The coins under your pillow are not changing your future by themselves. They are simply reminding your subconscious that value exists, discipline matters, and action is necessary. When you wake up in the morning, you may not find anything physically changed under your pillow, but if you have truly reflected, something inside you will feel different. Your attention will be slightly sharper, your thoughts slightly clearer, and your mindset slightly more open to taking responsibility for your own growth. And sometimes that small inner shift is the beginning of every meaningful change that follows. Awareness of value. The coins represent recognizing the value of small things and appreciating what you already have. As the night grows deeper and silence becomes heavier, there is a space within every human being that rarely gets noticed. It is the space where thoughts slow down, where desires become quiet for a moment, and where truth feels a little closer than usual. In that space, small practices take on meaning not because of their physical form, but because of the attention we give to them. When you rest with those 3 coins under your pillow, allow yourself to understand something deeper than the surface idea of money. Wealth is not only something that comes from outside, it is also something that grows from within. The way you think about value, the way you respond to challenges, and the way you treat opportunities all shape your experience of abundance. In life, many people search endlessly for quick results, hoping that something external will suddenly change their situation. But lasting change rarely arrives in sudden bursts. It builds slowly like water shaping stone over time. Each thought you repeat becomes a direction. Each decision you take becomes a step, and each small action becomes a part of your future reality. The coins you placed under your pillow are a reminder of this truth. They remind you that even small things carry significance when you give them attention. A coin on its own is simple, but when it becomes a symbol, it can influence the way you think. And when your thinking changes, your actions begin to follow a new path. As you lie there, let your mind revisit your relationship with money. Not with worry, not with fear, but with honesty. Ask yourself how you currently see money. Do you see it as something that constantly escapes you, or as something you can learn to understand better? Do you see it as stress, or as a tool that responds to your awareness and discipline? There is a quiet power in understanding that your external world often reflects your internal state. When the mind is scattered, decisions become uncertain. When the mind is calm, choices become clearer. When the mind is disciplined, actions become stronger. And when actions become consistent, results begin to shift in ways that once felt impossible. Let the night remind you that you are not separate from your growth. You are the creator of the conditions that shape your future. Every habit you form, every thought you repeat, and every intention you hold contributes to what comes next. Nothing is truly static, everything is moving, adjusting, and responding. Even sleep itself becomes part of this process. As your body rests, your subconscious continues to work, organizing thoughts, memories, and emotions. That is why the state you fall asleep in often influences how you wake up. A calm mind leads to clearer mornings. A restless mind leads to scattered beginnings. So as you close your eyes, do not chase outcomes. Instead, allow yourself to settle into awareness. Let go of urgency. Let go of comparison. Let go of the feeling that everything must happen immediately. Understand that timing in life is not always visible, but preparation always matters. The coins under your pillow are simply a reminder that value begins with attention, discipline begins with choice, and opportunity begins with readiness. Nothing more, nothing less. And as you rest, allow this understanding to gently sink deeper than words, becoming a quiet part of your inner awareness, guiding you even when you are not thinking about it. Shift from lack to gratitude. The practice encourages letting go of fear and focusing on gratitude and abundance instead of scarcity. As the night settles and the world becomes quiet, there is a moment where everything slows down just enough for reflection to feel deeper than ordinary thinking. In that moment, simple actions can become powerful reminders, not because they hold any external force, but because they direct attention inward. When you place 3 coins under your pillow before sleep, you are not engaging in something magical, but rather participating in a symbolic act that can gently influence the way your mind processes ideas of value, effort, and possibility. Money in itself is not just paper or metal, it is a representation of energy, exchange, and trust. Yet many people carry emotional weight around it: fear, stress, longing, or frustration. These emotions often shape how they make decisions in daily life. The purpose of this practice is to soften those emotional tensions even slightly and replace them with awareness. Because when awareness increases, confusion decreases, and when confusion decreases, direction becomes clearer. As you lie down tonight, let your attention rest on the idea that your current situation is not permanent. Everything in life is in motion, including your financial state, your habits, and your mindset. Nothing remains fixed unless the mind repeatedly believes it is fixed. The way you think today quietly builds the structure of your tomorrow. And so even a small act like placing coins under your pillow can become a mental anchor, reminding you that change begins with thought. Think of each coin not as a promise of wealth, but as a symbol of inner alignment. One coin can gently remind you that awareness is the first step toward change. Many people overlook what they already have because they are focused only on what they lack. But awareness allows you to see resources, opportunities, and possibilities that were always present but unnoticed. The second coin can remind you that patience is part of growth. Real development rarely happens instantly. It requires time, repetition, and quiet persistence. Just as the night passes slowly into morning, so too do results take time to appear. Impatience often leads to frustration, but patience creates stability in thought and action. The third coin can represent responsibility. Not responsibility in a heavy or stressful way, but in the sense of ownership over your direction in life. When you accept that your actions influence your outcomes, you're setting the stage for a more empowered you. You stop feeling like life is happening only to you and begin to realize that you are also participating in shaping it. This awareness brings strength, not pressure. Now, as you prepare to sleep, allow your breathing to become natural and unforced. Notice how your body begins to relax when you stop holding on to the thoughts of the day. Let go of unfinished worries, let go of comparisons with others, and let go of the need to solve everything immediately. The mind does not need to carry every burden into sleep. In this quiet state, remind yourself that growth is often invisible before it becomes visible. Just like seeds planted in soil, change begins beneath the surface long before it can be seen. The same is true for your thoughts and habits. What you nurture internally eventually expresses itself externally. So let this night be a gentle reset, not a dramatic transformation, but a subtle shift in awareness. The coins under your pillow are only a reminder, nothing more. The real work is happening within your thoughts, your choices, and your willingness to see life with a little more clarity and calmness. And as sleep takes over, carry this understanding with you. Small intentions, when repeated with awareness, slowly shape the direction of an entire life. 3 meanings of the coins: awareness, understanding money and value, discipline, managing resources wisely, actions, taking steps toward opportunities. As the night deepens and silence wraps around you like a soft blanket, there is a natural invitation to turn inward. This is the time when the mind becomes less distracted by the noise of the day and more open to subtle reflection. In such moments, even the smallest symbolic act can carry meaning, not because it changes the outside world instantly, but because it gently reshapes the way you perceive it. When you place 3 coins under your pillow, let it not become a source of expectation, but a moment of awareness. The true value of this practice is not in what it brings to you overnight, but in what it reminds you to notice within yourself. Life often moves according to the direction of attention. Where attention goes, energy follows. And where energy is directed repeatedly, patterns begin to form. Think for a moment about how many thoughts pass through your mind each day without being noticed. Worries about the future, memories of the past, comparisons with others, and concerns about stability often fill the mental space. Yet very few of those thoughts actually create solutions. Most simply repeat old patterns. This is why stillness becomes important, because in stillness you begin to see your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. The 3 coins can gently symbolize a shift in that awareness. The first coin may remind you that clarity begins when you observe your thoughts without judgment. Instead of reacting to every worry, you learn to watch it, understand it, and let it pass. This creates mental space, and in that space, better decisions naturally arise. The second coin can represent balance. Life is not only about gaining or achieving, it is also about maintaining inner stability. When your mind is balanced, success does not create arrogance, and failure does not create despair. Balance allows you to move through both gain and loss with steadiness, which is essential for long-term growth. The third coin can symbolize trust in the process. Many people lose peace because they expect immediate results. But life rarely unfolds instantly. It unfolds gradually through layers of experience, learning, and adjustment. Trusting the process does not mean becoming passive, it means continuing your efforts without being consumed by anxiety over timing. As you lie down tonight, allow your body to relax completely. Notice the weight of your thoughts becoming lighter as you breathe slowly and steadily. There is no need to force solutions right now. There is no need to mentally solve tomorrow today. The night is meant for release, not resistance. Let your mind understand that you are not defined by a single moment of struggle or uncertainty. You are a continuous process of growth. Just as the earth rotates quietly without force, your life also moves forward even when you are not consciously pushing it. In this quiet acceptance, there is peace. And in peace, there is strength. The coins under your pillow are only a gentle reminder of this inner truth. They are not carrying power on their own, but they are pointing you toward awareness, patience, and steadiness. And as sleep slowly takes over, allow this understanding to settle deeply within you. Real change does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it begins quietly, in the way you choose to think, breathe, and let go at the end of the day. Inner transformation leads to opportunity. Real wealth change comes from a clearer mindset, better focus, and readiness to act, not from luck or objects. As the night becomes deeper and the world outside falls into silence, there is a quiet opportunity to return to yourself. The mind, which spends the entire day moving from thought to thought, finally begins to slow down. In this softness of awareness, even a simple symbolic act like placing 3 coins under your pillow becomes a reminder to look inward rather than outward, not for miracles, but for understanding. Do not see the coins as something that will change your life by themselves. Instead, see them as a gentle reflection of your inner state, because everything you seek outside is often first shaped inside. Wealth, stability, and opportunity are not only external events, they are also outcomes of how clearly you think, how calmly you act, and how patiently you continue your journey even when results are not immediate. As you rest tonight, consider that your mind is like a field. Every thought you plant is like a seed. Some seeds grow into clarity, discipline, and strength. Others grow into worry, doubt, and hesitation. The difference is not in the field itself, but in what you choose to plant repeatedly. The 3 coins under your pillow can serve as a reminder of this simple truth that what you nurture internally eventually becomes visible externally. Let the first coin represent understanding. Understanding that your current situation is the result of many small choices made over time. This understanding is not meant to create guilt, but awareness, because only through awareness can change begin. When you clearly see where you are, you also begin to see where you can go. Let the second coin represent consistency. Many people desire change, but only a few continue their efforts when motivation fades. Consistency is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, steady, and often unnoticed in the beginning. But over time, it becomes the foundation of every meaningful transformation. Like water shaping stone, repeated action slowly reshapes your reality. Let the third coin represent inner calm. Without calmness, even opportunity feels like pressure. But with calmness, even challenges become manageable steps. A calm mind does not rush decisions. It observes, reflects, and then moves with clarity. This calmness is what allows you to recognize opportunities that a restless mind might miss. Now, as you lie down and close your eyes, allow your breathing to guide you into stillness. Notice how your body naturally releases tension when you stop holding on to the events of the day. You do not need to solve everything tonight. You do not need to carry every thought into tomorrow. Rest is also part of progress. In this quiet state, gently remind yourself that life is not only about speed, but also about direction. Moving quickly without awareness can lead you away from what truly matters. But even slow steps, when taken with clarity, lead you forward in a meaningful way. The coins under your pillow are not holding power over your future. They are simply reminding you that your future is shaped by your present awareness. And as sleep slowly takes over, let this understanding settle softly within you. Every night is a chance to release confusion, and every morning is a chance to begin again with a clearer mind.